from the sidelines on 1580 KGAL.
Well, a good Friday morning to you, and welcome to From the Sidelines. An exercise that's connected to sports, an exercise we do every Friday here in our downtown KGAL studios. That's 14th and Waverly. And I always say, if you would like to stop in, that's fine. If you're ever in the neighborhood would like to come by, that's you're welcome to do that. And besides, most of you would know that I am heading into sequestration in a couple of weeks. It's a new word that has surfaced in the last few months. It's a budget thing, and it started out as a budget thing, and I feel that in life you must always progress, and that if you become static, that's no good, no matter your age. Most of you, if you listen consistently, know that I turned 35 in October, and that's getting up there, but it's not a time when you suddenly want to be static, be stationary. You want to always be progressing, always moving forward. If you are a constant listener, you know that for many years, I have been satisfied with a 7-figure salary here at KGAL. It's been enough, all right? I can live on that, but if you listen constantly, you also know that, as I've said, people envy that 7-figure salary, but the thing is that once you make it, you have to live it. That's just part of it. So my 7 figures don't go much further than your paltry 3 or 4 figures. I mean, I'm not talking down to you. I'm just saying that's the way it is. But after a certain amount of time, 7 figures is 7 figures every year. You're not going anywhere. So in our contract negotiations this year, naturally, I asked for 8. Is that too much? I hear you all saying, yes, that's too much. You just don't understand. No, it's not. It's not too much, because this is what I need in order to feel that I'm making a progress in my life, something I need. So we reached a stalemate between 7 and 8 figures, and we decided that maybe with the economy the way it is, and I understand that. Certainly I have sympathy for that. So I have entered into sequestration. That is a necessity for a budget cut instead of my 8 figures. And what I've decided to do is we'll cut back some of those services like they do in sequestration, the morning update being the thing. I will still do From the Sidelines, still do some other things for the radio station, maybe the Church of the Beaver Believer or whatever, certain other things. There will still be acts performed. That's the deal. But in the meantime, there is this period of sequestration. But it is nice that we can still do From the Sidelines and still meet here every week. But I've also thought in this last week, in doing the morning update through the years, what I provided for you all was information that was important to you. First of all, there was news every morning. That's what we do. Now, many of you, to get the news, have this little item that I have near me. It's called a newspaper. That newspaper costs, ladies and gentlemen. What do you pay for it? I don't know. What's the Statesman Journal every day? Scott Landgren is here. Do you know how much the Statesman Journal costs each day?
No.
Oh, because you get your information from the internet, don't you? You cheat.
I cheat, apparently.
You're putting people out of business, but you don't care, do you?
Nope.
No. All right. Well, let's say, I don't know, is it 50 cents? 75 cents?
I don't know. Sounds good. 50
cents. All right. You pay the 50 cents, and you pay it every day of the week, but I give you information for free in the morning. You notice I said for free because now I'm thinking to myself, why did I do that for 40 years? Why didn't I do the newspaper thing and charge you for this information? If you want to wake up in the morning, what do? Maybe on the way to work, you stop off, you buy a cup of coffee somewhere, Starbucks or something. Those laddies, or how do you pronounce that? Is it laddie?
Close.
Is that's close enough?
Yeah.
Those laddies are those things that you buy there. They cost you $2.53. I mean, it's not going to be free. You want to know but I wake you up in the morning, maybe even, all right, I annoy some of you, but that gets you going, doesn't it? Sure it does, because you're so annoyed that you just get started. I'm the one that helps you doing that, no matter how I do it. Time and temperature. I give you time and temperature every blessed 17 seconds, 16,533,482 times an hour on the morning update. I give you time and temperature. Probably you look at your wrist. I'm looking at it now. Very expensive watch. This thing cost, what, good 17, 18 bucks. But when you've got the 7 figures, you're going to spend it, all right? You look at your watch, it costs you money. Here's the thing. I'm saying $5 a morning. This is reasonable, isn't it? For the information I give you, the news, the waking you up, the time, about $5 worth. You'd have to pay for, the equivalent of that in your life. Instead, you tune into me and you get it for free. That's wrong. That is just wrong. So here's what I'm suggesting, and certainly you're reasonable people. I like you people. You know that. I've always tried to talk common sense to you because I know you're reasonable people. So what I'm saying is, the $5, I've got 2 weeks to the sequestration. 2 weeks from today will be a final day. I think I'll bring in Enzo, my beloved, yet very increasingly peculiar Cheshire Labrador. Jack Parr, on the last day of his program, had his dog. He sat in an audience alone and ran stuff from his years on TV. And then at the end, he said to his dog, let's go home. I think that's what I do. I will bring Enzo with me, and I will say, let's go home. When I go home with Enzo, what should I take with me, ladies and gentlemen? I should take the $5 that you're going to pay me for each day of the next 2 weeks. Now, there are only 9 days. There's 5 days next week, and then there's Memorial Day. Won't be working. So there's only 9 days. So I think, again, I talk to you and I reason with you. Being reasonable people, I'm sure you would not mind dropping by each day of the next 9 days, the next 9 weekdays, and bringing $5 by the KGAL studios and dropping it at the front door. I'll put a little jar out there for you, and you're saying to yourself right now, my gosh, he really has annoyed me through the years, but you know what? That annoying man makes sense. He makes, I can't argue with him, is what you're saying. And so you're saying to yourself, doggone it, he's right. And you're probably reaching for your wallet right now. Well, all right, don't start yet. Do it Monday, okay? Monday through Friday of next week, Tuesday through Friday of the week after that. So that when I hit 9 o'clock, 2 weeks from today, on the morning update, and I say to Enzo, let's go home, I'll have, a couple $1,000 with me. I think that's a good idea. Now, some of you are saying, well, that's crazy. I know, because some of you can't reason with you. Some of you have listened to our talk shows so long that there's no reason with you anymore. You've gone talk show bonkers. But if you think it over, you will understand it. And, you'll come through. $5, drop it off at the radio station in the next couple of weeks to say, what a wonderful job this man has done through the years. It's the least I can do. Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to From the Sidelines for Friday. There's Scott Landgren over there. It's good to see you.
That was beautiful, Ray. I was focused right on you the whole time.
Never mind the beauty. Give me the $5 and get out.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to give you an IOU for that one.
I'm drawing the line now.
Oh, jeez.
And over there is a very nice gentleman that I'm very pleased to have as a guest today, Jerry Howard from the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. It's good to see you, Jerry.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly appreciate you having us, me here to represent the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, affiliate of what I like to say the 2010 and 2012 World Series champion, San Francisco Giants.
That's an amazing thing.
It is. We've been in Kaiser for 16 years. This is our 17th year coming up in a couple, 3 weeks. And we have had 70 volcanoes, Ray, who have made it to the big leagues. We had 6 former volcanoes on last year's World Series champion team.
And they were?
Buster Posey, I think most people heard that. Tim Lincecum, Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah,
Brandon Crawford, the shortstop. Sergio Romo.
He got
Ryan Vogelsong.
He got the last out last.
He got the last out last year.
From Colorado.
Right.
They played Colorado last night.
Yeah.
They were down 6-0 to the Rockies last night. Came back and won 8-6.
Yeah.
He got the final out in the ninth.
And they've done very, very well so far. All the Volcanoes who have made it up have contributed very much to the Giants. So we're really proud that we can say that 70 former Volcanoes have made their way to the big leagues.
Wow. That 2010-2012 championship ring, that is an incredible accomplishment. Do you get a ring from any?
I don't. This ring I have now is the Volcanoes championship ring.
Uh-huh.
We have 5 of them. Gets a little gaudy if you wear them all, though. So, the boss, he gets the ring, and that's great. The ring, the World Series rings and the World Series trophy will be at Volcano Stadium on Saturday, July 13th. And fans can come out and come into our Diamond Club suite and stand by the World Series trophy, put on the World Series ring, take your picture, send it to all your friends. So that's a day you want to mark down, July 13th.
I was at a wedding. It probably would be back in 2008. It was back in New York State. And a good friend of mine, his daughter was being married. And at the reception, turned out they hire disc jockeys these days to play music at the reception. The disc jockey mentioned a Red Sox-Yankee score. They were playing that Saturday. And the Red Sox had won, and the place really kind of erupted. And I was surprised because this is in New York State. It's in the Finger Lakes of New York. And I would think that most of these people would be Yankee fans. And that's where my friend lives. He lives in Canandaigua, New York, on the Finger Lakes of New York. But it turned out that his son-in-law was from Massachusetts. And so all the people that he brought with him were all Red Sox fans. And they loved the fact the Red Sox had won. And one of them worked in the office for the Red Sox. Nothing big, just worked in the office. But everybody in that organization, all the way through that was there with the parent club, received a ring, including him, for just being some type of office person. So later in the evening when I learned that he was with the Red Sox, he said, would you like to, it was kind of late, and he said, would you like to put the ring on? And I said, yes, I would. And my wife, Mary Jo, who always is taking pictures of things now with her phone, which irritates me because I always say, jokingly, a phone is not meant to be a camera. You're ruining the economy of the United States. You must buy a camera and you must buy a phone. That's what's happened to our economy. That's why we're falling apart. Well, anyway. She is always taking pictures with that phone, and at that moment, whatever, it wouldn't work. Something happened. She couldn't take the picture. And he had to go meet some of his friends over in another portion where the reception was. I never got my picture taken with the Red Sox ring. How it hurt. And I am a big Red Sox fan. But those are beautiful. I later saw one of the championship rings with a gentleman from the Red Sox who was speaking up at a get-together that they have every year in Portland. Are you familiar with that? There's a gathering of the baseball coaches around the state. And
yes, I do. We go to that every year.
Yeah. Yes. And I saw the championship ring, and Johnny Pesky.
Yes.
Was the one who was died last year.
Yes.
90-some years old. He had the ring. Wow. It's fabulous.
Yeah, we honored his memory at the stadium last year, and his brother was on the field to throw a ceremonial first pitch, along with Bobby Dorr, who is now the oldest living Hall of Fame member.
Is he?
And Bobby, obviously, from Junction City, Oregon.
He lives right around the corner from me, as a matter. Basically around the corner, about 1 mile away.
Yeah. So he came up, and we were able to take him out on the field. He doesn't walk real well right now, but we took him out in a golf cart, and the crowd went bananas, and it was great to have Bobby Dorr with us, and then Vince Pesky was with us also.
How old is Vince? Is he the younger brother of John?
Yeah, he's a younger brother. I don't know. I'm going to say probably in the 80s. In there, sure. Yes. Yeah.
Well, Jerry, it's good to have you here today, and I want to talk about the volcanoes, certainly, and some of the special days you have this summer. You have some special things you want to tell us about related to the volcano schedule. But I also just want to talk some baseball with you. your background, talk some baseball questions that I have, give me your answer, and your best feeling on some things I'd like to know about underneath the surface of baseball. Can we do that, and we'll continue this morning?
Certainly, I'd be very happy to.
You look younger than you did the last time you were here.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm 36. You're 35. I'm 36. So.
Ooh. Don't try any pitches for money here. That's it. I'm the only one that gets to do that.
This is my 60th year in baseball, but I'm just...
How many?
60th.
60?
But I'm just 36.
60 years in baseball?
60 years in baseball, yeah. God's been good to me. Kept me healthy, kept me alive. And
you don't look any older than I do, which means you would have started when you were about 7.
Or minus 10, something like that.
Yeah? Wow. Do you work out still?
I do.
Stuff? Yeah?
I do.
Yeah,
I mean, God's kept me in great health. And
you know who you are. You're looking good, Jerry Howard. You really are. So stay there and we'll talk some baseball. Love baseball. Look forward to it today. We'll continue. From the sidelines. This is From the Sidelines. How many I wonder if the traffic's building up now on 14th and Waverly. People coming by with their $45.
Might be.
Why don't we go out and take a look during the break, which we will take right here.
Servco is proud to announce that we now distribute a septic-safe drain cleaner called BioClean. BioClean is a totally green product that eats through buildup in pipes and drains, leaving only an ash-like flushable substance that consumes itself. If you want to have pipes and drains that are trouble-free, then BioClean is the product for you. Want to know more? Contact Servco today for your licensed, bonded, and certified plumbing professionals at 1200 East Grant Street in Lebanon. Call 541-451-5090 or visit servcoinc.net. Servco, we're ready to serve you.
Now open Saturdays.
May 27th is Memorial Day, and we salute Army Specialist Salvatore A. Giunta, who served his country above and beyond the call of duty. Leading a patrol in the dangerous Korangal Valley in Afghanistan, Giunta and his platoon were ambushed by heavily armed insurgents. When Giunta saw his squad leader had fallen, he braved a hail of bullets to pull him to safety. Fighting their way to reach 2 other wounded soldiers, Giunta realized one was missing and moved forward on his own. Reaching the top of a hill, Giunta saw 2 insurgents carrying the soldier away. He killed one enemy and wounded the other, then provided medical aid for his injured comrade until his squad arrived to provide security. For his unwavering courage that enabled his platoon to defeat an enemy ambush and recover a fellow soldier from the enemy, Salvatore Giunta was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for service above and beyond.
This Memorial Day salute is brought to you by Awesome DeFore Funeral Home in Albany. James and Crystal DeFore and staff invite you to join them in remembering the price others have paid to keep us free.
When you look out across the Willamette Valley, you'll see plenty of banking choices. Willamette Community Bank is here to give you an option that's pretty unique, like no other, in fact. Hi, this is Sue Kalina, Relationship Manager. Willamette Community Bank provides an alternative to large national and regional banks by offering customized financial services and local decision-making to benefit local people, local families, and local businesses. How many banks can say that?
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Rich Abers, Service Manager at Power Buick GMC, and I'm here to tell you that not only is Power Buick GMC the #1 local dealership to purchase a new or used vehicle, we are your General Motors service headquarters. Our GM-trained and ASE-certified technicians service Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Hummer, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and Saturn vehicles. In or out of warranty. Extended warranties, no problem. Cars not GM built, no problem.
Call Power today at 541-757-1415 on the corner of 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis.
Cascade West Senior Services Foundation is back again with the Live Well, Age Well Health Expo this Saturday from 9 to 3. Learn how to stay healthy after 50. Live music, free admission, free health screening, medication consultants, resources, demonstrations, presentations, and prizes. Log on to agewellexpo.org or call Jill Ingalls at 541-497-7481. Learn how to stay healthy after 50 at the Live Well, Age Well Health Expo this Saturday from 9 to 3 at the Lynn County Fair and Expo Center. It's free. Need a home? Then listen to Real Estate Talk with Dave Pouch, Saturday mornings on Smart Talk 1580.
Hi there.
Welcome back from the sidelines here on Friday morning. I'm Radio Ray. Over there, Jerry Howard, representing the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes with us today, and Scott Landgren, representing Youth and Wisdom. here on the
That's nice.
this morning, with tickets for the Duck Beaver game tonight, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I heard it's standing room only, so if you got a ticket, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
It's down at CK Park, which, as you know, stands for Copycat Park. We didn't bring baseball back because of the success of the Beavers. We just love baseball down in Oregon. My foot. So instead of PK Park, I prefer, and good for them. They're playing wonderfully well, okay? But let's not disguise why baseball was brought back. Level with me. It's because of the success of the Beavers. So it is CK Park, K for cat, CK Park tonight, 6 o'clock. Boy, they're both playing extremely well. And in this matchup, loving the Beaver side, it worries me tonight. A couple of years ago, it was the Beavers that had a shot to win the title, and they were playing in Oregon. Oregon swept 3. Last year, it was the Ducks had a chance to win the conference title. They were playing at OSU. The Beavers won all 3. This year, the 2 of them have a shot at it, and they're down.
Who knows what's going to happen then?
They're down at Oregon, though.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
And the Ducks, the stat that I saw this week that scares me, 31-0 when leading after 7. Beavers better score, and they better get the pitching. The Ducks have been shutting everybody down. They've been winning in their last at-bat.
Yeah.
The Beavers have been winning. But when you look at the way the Ducks have done it, just holding everybody, no runs, 1 run, winning in that last at-bat, that's going to be tough.
It should be a great series. There probably won't be too many runs scored. Beavers are second in the nation in ERA, and Ducks are, I think, like 10th. So
is that right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that the Beavers are that well ahead in the ERA. No kidding.
Well, I mean, it's only 8 spots, but I mean, they have like a 2.12 ERA, and Ducks have a 2.45 or something.
And Jerry, you had the Beavers up at was it earlier this week?
Yeah, it was May 8th. We had the Beavers playing the University of Portland.
Up at
and that was an outstanding evening. The temperature was beautiful. The stadium was sold out. It was a 4-3 game. There was a sea of black and orange in Volcano Stadium.
Yeah.
They certainly outnumbered the University of Portland, but a great game. Portland played well. And to be fair, the Beavers never used any of their starting pitchers midweek. So Portland probably saw the Beavers' 5th or 6th pitcher, but they did play well, and it was a great game, and it was a good way to test our staff, our parking staff, our ticket-taking staff, our concession staff, our ushering staff, and all that. Before we go into a volcano season, we were maxed out there, and then we found some bugs that we corrected. We found some great things our people did. And so it was a great test for us to get ready for the season.
University of Portland also got to use Jeremy Burright out of West Albany High School.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I like him. He's West Albany. We broadcast some high school games. A couple of years ago, we did a game at Thurston High School when Jeremy Burright got in the last inning, and they got the lead, and he pitched extremely well against them. I've always wished him well. He said Portland, he got to pitch against the Beavers that day for an inning, which was exciting. We have something, I want to change our focus here for just a little bit. Dave Adams joins us, and Dave has really been working earnestly on something called the Honor Flight. And so what's the current deal?
Current deal, Honor Flight One Last Mission. It's a documentary. It's a fundraiser to send World War II veterans from the Mid-Willamette Valley back on what's called an Honor Flight, where they send, and these guys are getting old. They're mid-80s, mid-90s, and we want to take them and send them back to Washington, D.C. so they could see the National World War II Memorial while they're still with us. And thanks to Bertram's Medals and many other fine participants, we're able to show these movies, or this movie, at 2 showings here in the Mid-Willamette Valley as a fundraiser to raise money to send World War II veterans from the Valley to D.C. The first showing is going to be tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m., and it looks very much like we're going to be sold out.
Good.
And that's 200 seats that we're going to be sold. Now, the next showing is next Saturday, May 25th at 1 p.m. at the River Center. More seats there, 800 seats. Now, you can still buy tickets for the River Center showing next Saturday. So if we take 200 seats from tomorrow's showing, and the 800 seats, that's 1,000 seats, we'll be able to send 10 World War II veterans from the Willamette Valley back to D.C. based on the income from these movies. And Bertram's Metals has paid the cost of all of the rights to show the movies. So every dime of ticket sales goes to send a veteran back to D.C.
How much are the tickets?
Tickets are $10 each. And you can buy tickets at Bertram's Metals in Albany. The Pix Theater is still selling some tickets for the River Center showing, which is next Saturday. And then, of course, the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce in Lebanon for showing next Saturday, 1 p.m. at the River Center. We'll be there. We'll be covering it. So listen probably to the morning update on Monday. And we'll have some stuff on Valley Talk, talking to some of the veterans tomorrow afternoon. And you'll hear what they had to say and their experience.
With 800 seats available next week, I think there might be some sold at the door. Would that be a possibility, or you let people know?
We will let people know. Just listen to KGAL, and we'll give you kind of a running tally as we go into the week and tell you, if there are ticket seats available. We're hoping to sell it out just like we did the picks, but just stay tuned to the morning update, and otherwise, the Valley Talk show, and we'll tell you what the situation is and if there are tickets available. If there are still tickets available, we'll sell them at the door.
You might not have seen the Statesman Journal this morning. There's a front page story about a couple of people from this area that were on the honor flight, were back in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Said that it was a really tremendous experience. Were treated with great courtesy.
They treated us like royalty, is what they said.
Yeah. And
the World War II veterans that we've talked to that have been on an honor flight love it. They go, like the Portland airport and the airport back in D.C., there's just rows of people that just stand and applaud and clap, and as they come off the airplane, sometimes they have an honor line with the colors of the services, and sometimes they have an honor guard. And a lot of the other passengers who are standing around, they generally find out what's going on. And so there's an honor line as these veterans come out, and it just is really emotional for them because it just is kind of they kind of come to a peace a little bit, and it's just a way to pay honor to these people who might not be with us much longer, because we're losing 1,000 World War II veterans every day.
I'm surprised.
So it's a great opportunity for us to pay them honor.
So it's next Saturday at the River Center in Lebanon, and the time is?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. So keep that in mind, or if you'd just like to contribute to assist the honor flight, you could do that through Bertram's Metals.
Yes, Bertram's Metals, Lebanon Chamber of Commerce, too.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
We'll take a break here in a little bit, but I wanted to get back into the baseball mode today because Jerry Howard is our guest, and Jerry, a long time, 60 years in baseball. Did you play baseball when you were young? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Cottage Grove, born and raised in Cottage Grove, so I'm native Oregonian, and first 5 years of my life, I wasn't good enough to make a team, so it was 6 before I made a team.
6?
And then,
not old, Jerry.
And then I spent 5 years in the United States Air Force, so I wasn't involved in baseball at that time. So other than 10 years of my life, I've done something in baseball every year, from playing to umpiring professionally to scouting for the Cubs and Blue Jays to high school and American Legion coaching to the front office, a little of this and a little of that. So,
what did you do when you were out of the Air Force? What was the first thing you did in baseball?
I was umpiring then. I went to umpire school and made it up to AAA, the Pacific Coast League. Then I got to umpire 5 College World Series, and then I umpired the Chinese-U.S. Olympic game. So,
as an umpire, a former umpire, do you ever get upset when you see the umpiring? And if so, what do you do? Do you excuse them because, I was in there. I knew you can make mistakes.
I don't really pay attention during the game. I have many duties to do out the field out there.
But you watch games at home. So let's put you in your house.
I'm normally not home, so
you never really get to sit and watch a game much. I
really don't. Ray, I'm really not a baseball fan. I've always been involved. Well, I've always been. I'm not a fan sitting in the stands. I'm not a stat person. I can't tell you who plays for every team and what their batting average is. I've always been involved in the game in some aspect. So I've always worked in some aspect, whether playing, umpiring, scouting, front office, game day operations, whatever it might be. So
you're not going to answer the umpire question, are you? You're not going to put yourself in that position where you have to tell me.
If I watch them, I mainly watch as an advisor. I might give them some advice on possibly their mechanics, their timing, making a call. their positioning in the field, things like that. One time I supervised the Northwest League umpires when I was up in Spokane. And so I look at it not whether they call the ball a strike or an out, safe or that. I look more at their ability to umpire and their on-field presence, their on-field mechanics.
I care about the first part when I watch the game, the balls, the strikes, and the calls. What about a few weeks ago? There was a home run call, in which it was clearly a home run. When the umpires, they do have the instant replay now that they can look at in certain occasions. The umpires went back and looked at it, and they did not call the home run. And a couple of the analysts on ESPN said the reason they did that was to keep their decision as the final decision. They had ruled that it was not a home run. It should have been. And as the analysts seemed to say, the umpires were not that happy with instant replay, and therefore in this case, they were reaffirming their position on the field, their position of authority. They should have clearly seen there was a home run. They said no, it wasn't a home run, but we saw. Everybody else saw it. Are you familiar with
I'm not familiar with that play, no, but in general, I'm not in favor of instant replay.
No?
No, I think umpires' decisions are part of the game. They have been since the mid-1800s. You know, the managers, coaches make mistakes, the players make mistakes, and the umpires are going to make mistakes. You're never ever going to get a perfect game called.
But the umpire mistake is critical to the game. The player is also critical to the game, but if you make an error, then it affects the ball game.
It does.
If you make an error as an umpire, it affects the game, but there's one that should be corrected.
And it can. I just think it's part of the game. Yeah. You know, those things are going to happen. I think if you look at it over time, what goes around comes around. You know, there's going to be a time that you're at bat and there's a ball right down the middle of the plate and you're thinking, oh, no, that's strike three. I should have swung, and the umpire calls the ball.
But
so that calls in your favor. So it equals out in the end. It really does.
How about a key time like the World Series, though? The Giants, let's put them in the World Series. At that moment, you don't have what goes around comes around. It's now or it's never. Don't you think in a spot such as postseason in the World Series, they should employ instant replay?
I really don't, not personally.
No?
I think it's all part of the game.
Okay.
And, you know, it's the purity of the game. I don't like to see the game change. You know, I don't like the metal bats. I don't like all the protection that they have for players now and that. I like the old days. I do. I go back to, you know, I like when baseball was in the 30s and 40s and 50s, and that was baseball. Now we've made it so commercialized. And so it's just, you know, everyone has a different opinion on that, but that's mine. There's going to be mistakes made in the game. There's in every sport.
When you talk about the 30s or 40s or things that have changed, what are you referring to, Jerry?
The way people dress right now. You know, it used to be that they would all blouse their pants. The pants would be up around the knees, and now they wear them down on their shoes like pajamas, you know. They treat the uniform sloppily. The word uniform means that everyone looks the same.
Do you like that look with the socks over the pants tucked into the socks? Is that what we're talking about?
Well,
because I like that look.
Yeah, I don't like the pants down to their shoes.
Yeah.
To me, it's not respect for the uniform. There should be respect for every portion of the game of baseball. I'm a baseball traditionalist, and there should be respect for the uniform, respect for the coaches and managers, respect for your teammates, respect for your opponents. You know why we have total respect for our opponents? It's like Oregon State. It's because they love to play the same game that we love to play. And without them, we can't play a game. They love to play the same game that we love to play. Why do we respect umpires? Because you're a teacher, especially if you're a coach or a pro manager, you're a teacher. You're teaching respect for authority. And that's what we've lost in our system. Respect for our police officers, respect for our principals and counselors, respect for our coaches, respect for our armed service personnel. We've lost that respect and discipline. And I'm not going to change. I'll go to my death believing in those values that used to be.
Question of steroids. I know we're already getting deep into the hour, so I want to jump into this without a segue to it. The question of steroids a few years back in baseball, there was no question that some were using steroids and that it affected their stats. How would you feel about any of those who are in question, like Roger Clemens, for example, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds? How would you feel about their election to the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you feel they use steroids?
I don't know if they did or not.
How do you feel?
If it's proven, I really don't know, Ray. I don't. If it's proven that they did, or if it's proven, like Pete Rose bet on baseball, if it's actually proven, then absolutely no way should they go in to the Hall of Fame and shame the Hall of Fame. They could have been the best baseball player, the best pitcher, the best fielder, the best hitter, whatever it is, but they violated the rules of the game, and here again, they did not have respect for the game of baseball.
It hasn't been proven. So would you then, if you were on the election committee, would you vote for Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens? Because there is no true proof that they did. There is strong feeling that they did, and there are strong indications that they did.
I would probably go with proof if rather than rumor. I would go with proof. If they can prove it, if they're found guilty in a court or that, and then absolutely they should not go to Cooperstown.
And if they can't prove it?
Then I would take a serious look at it and see how serious it was.
But you do have an inner feeling that some of the statistics were swayed by the fact that steroids were in use? Do you think that was the case? Or again, it's one you'd rather not speculate.
Yeah, it could have been. And as far as Barry Bonds, I'm not allowed to talk about that situation being part of the San Francisco Giants.
I shouldn't have brought up the name.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying I would go on the proof. I'd just leave it at that. If they have proven to have cheated in one way or another, they don't elect to go. And that's why our volcanoes are so good. You know one thing we're proud of, getting back to the volcanoes? That's a good segue. You know, we've been there 16 years. We bring in 36, 40 players every year. We're well over 500 players. They're from all over the world. Some of them have just come into a lot of money because they've signed signing bonuses of $3 million, $4 million, $6 million. Their age is 16 to 22. They're far, far away from home.
And I'm asking for $5 a day from the listeners.
And you know what? Knock on wood. I hope this is wood. We have never, ever once in the 16 years had an incident with a Volcanoes player with alcohol, drugs, or assault of a young lady. And we're very, very proud of that. The Volcanoes have an impeccable reputation in the Mid-Willamette Valley. And, you know, we say that we're really not in the baseball business. That's the Giants players on the field. We're in the entertainment business. The Volcanoes' goal is to provide good, clean-cut, wholesome family entertainment every night. We're after folks to come to us for entertainment and through the medium of baseball. And when we stand at the gate afterwards and the fans are filing out and they'll say, Jerry, that was great tonight. We had so much fun. We're coming back. Our kids enjoyed it. Oh, that was tremendous. We really enjoyed whatever promotion that we had that night. That is our reward, that we have done something good. And that's what the Volcanoes are all about, is to provide tremendous entertainment to not only baseball fans, but to families. You go to a minor league game and it's like a circus. There's so much stuff going on the peripheral, like Father's Day, June 16th, our Father's Day. We start with a breakfast in the morning, a great breakfast. And dads can go out on the field with their children and play catch and run the bases and do all this. And then families can send dad's picture to us. We'll scroll it on the Jumbotron. We have dads throw ceremonial first pitches. It's tremendous. We have many theme nights that are absolutely incredible. And that's why we're there.
I'm glad you made that segue, particularly talking about the character presence of your players in the community, the fact that you've never had a problem. That is interesting, and that's to your credit.
Well, thank you. Actually, it's the Giants' credit on the type of young man that they draft. And then we are extremely proud of our host family. All of our 100% of our players live with families within the Kaiser, Salem, Silverton community there. And the families take them in like a family member. And a lot of friendships are forged for life. If that player happens to make it to the big leagues, the family's in San Francisco watching that player. They exchange cards at Christmas and etc. So our host family, and we're still looking for about 5 families. If anyone listening would like to host a player, it's a tremendous experience to bring a young professional player into your home.
If Buster Posey comes back down, I'll volunteer.
There you go. Yeah, he was here in 2008. We had Buster here.
Now that would be great to have hosted someone such as Buster Posey and then see where he is today. You'll have to excuse me, but I live down in the Junction City area. When I've been to the games in your league, it's those Emerald types.
That's fine.
But you're right. There's something about this level of baseball and the promotions that they do at the park that really add a dimension to it. It's a great deal of fun.
It is. We have a new team in the league this year, and we're really proud of that. The Hillsboro Hops.
Hillsboro.
And Hillsboro Hops were the Yakima Bears. And the franchise moved to Hillsboro. They're finishing up a brand new stadium up there that's beautiful, right behind the Hillsboro football stadium. Yeah. And a lot of people say, aren't you upset that they're in your neighborhood? And we say, no, not at all. We welcome them big time because when Yakima came to our place, they would bring 1 or 2 or 0 fans. And vice versa, when the Volcanoes went to Yakima, we didn't have fans follow the team that far away. And so neither team got an uptick in attendance or excitement or anything. Yeah. With Hillsboro being in our neighborhood and then with the Eugene Emeralds, 3 teams in Oregon, nice little rivalry, all close together. Our fans will certainly travel to Hillsboro, and we know Hillsboro fans will travel to Kaiser, to Volcano Stadium. In fact, we open league on June 14th. Like for your people to mark this date down, Friday, June 14th, with Hillsboro. Hillsboro's very first game in history will be at Volcano Stadium. And after that game and after every Friday game, we have tremendous fireworks show. It's opening night. That's a special night in baseball. And we would love to have people come and see us play the new Hillsboro Hops.
I'm glad you mentioned Hillsboro because it reminds me of something that upsets me, and that is they speak of Hillsboro now as the only professional baseball team in the Portland area. It should be the Portland Beavers. They should still be playing at Municipal Stadium. You have any feeling on that? They have redone the stadium. The stadium was really nice. The Beavers and the Ducks met up there a few years ago. That was a great place for them to play. Right. And then they bring soccer in, which was fine. But they kicked baseball out, a AAA baseball club. To me, that was a big mistake and one that I will not forgive Portland for. If you're listening and you listen to me in the Portland area in the morning, you better bring $10 down next week, baby, because I'm upset that you let that happen. How about you? Are you sad to see the Municipal Stadium?
I am very sad. Yeah. I've been to that stadium many times. I've umpired in that stadium a lot. It goes back from the old Vaughn Street Stadium into that stadium, which was Multnomah Stadium, Civic Stadium. It's been through several name changes. I'm not a soccer purist. I'm not a soccer fan, but
yes. No, it's.
But I hate to see baseball go anywhere. I hate to see any team move or that. It's so hard to get them back.
Soccer is so exciting. Look, they're in the 60th minute. There's a goal! Goal! No wonder the announcer shouts like that. Yeah. You only get one chance every 15 weeks. You may as well shout.
Yeah. Once you lose a team in any area. It's so difficult to get that team back.
We better take a break here, and the young man over there, Dave Adams, has to press the button for us. This is From the Sidelines at 1580 KGAL.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit AutoOwners.com. I'm Sam Litzinger, sitting in for Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network. Here's a suggestion for NASA if it would like to regenerate public enthusiasm for the space program. Clone astronaut Chris Hadfield.
One of the research things we were doing on orbit was spinal ultrasounds, a way to actually get a really clear picture of your spine, right at the base of your skull, all the way down to your tailbone.
Have you ever heard anyone get as excited about spinal research in space? Well, you ain't heard nothing yet. More after this from Charlie.
Why turn to a trusted choice agency for your insurance needs? Because a trusted choice insurance agency is an independent advocate that works for your interest, not for any one company. That allows them to find the coverage, the company, and the price to fit your needs. They pledge to treat you as a person, not a policy. When you're looking for a trusted friend in the industry for home, auto, life, or business insurance, turn to Trusted Choice. Visit trustedchoice.com today. When it comes to your business, forecasting cash flow can be one of your biggest challenges. Sage offers integrated online and on-premises accounting and payment solutions that provide simple, affordable ways to forecast cash flow, predict operating capital needs, and streamline billing and invoicing for faster payments. The result is better business decisions that get you closer to achieving your ambitions. Grow your business with confidence. Grow your business with Sage. Learn how Sage is helping businesses like yours manage their cash flow at sagetoday.com.
Chris Hadfield will tell you he's the luckiest guy on or above the Earth. He's just back from a stint on the International Space Station, during which he kept in regular touch with his many fans here on the ground. And he became a cosmic singing sensation with his version of David Bowie's Space Oddity.
This is ground control to Major Tom. You really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. But it's time to guide the capsule if you dare.
Hadfield clearly loves his work, and he wants you to love it too. He says the space station shows what wonderful things we humans can do.
It is a marvelous example of inspiration.
Why go into space?
Being able to do research up there that you can't do on Earth, of better understanding how to build the vessels that will take us further, and of inspiring our youth to do something that was previously impossible. All three of those, I think, are the spin-offs that really matter.
See how infectious that enthusiasm is? Imagine having a few hundred Chris Hadfields running around promoting space exploration. We'd all sign up. Heck, Hadfield could even provide the in-flight entertainment. The Osgood File, Sam Litzinger on the CBS Radio Network.
Classic rock group Kansas. In concert at the Lynn County Fair in Albany. Thursday, July 18th. Limited reserve seating is just $15 plus fair admission. Kansas, live. Go online to lynncountyfair.com to purchase your tickets today.
Farming is fun, especially when you have a tractor like the all-new Kubota Grand L40 from Lynn Benton Tractor. Choose from 8 new models, all with Kubota's powerful, fuel-efficient diesel engines and a choice of 3 productive transmissions, including the all-new innovative HST Plus. See how the Grand L40 can improve your acreage. Check one out at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location on McLean Street in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent. Lynn Benton Tractor. You've read his humor. Now witness it in real life.
We got it just for camping, you know. The school bus, not the bear.
The zany, family-friendly stories of Patrick McManus come to life this Saturday at the White Side in downtown Corvallis. One night only, watch Tim Behrens perform the laugh-out humor of McManus at the White Side in Corvallis. Doors open at 6:45. Purchase tickets in advance online at brownpapertickets.com or at the door if there's room. All proceeds support the White Side Theater Foundation in its ongoing effort to restore the White Side.
Less hype, just quality news, sports, and smart talk from your friends at 1580 KGAL.
Well, let's jump back in here quickly because I forgot the number of breaks today that we still have a third break to take here. Jerry Howard is my guest from the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes. Jerry wanted to talk about some special days at Salem, Patriots Days in July. There are 3 of those.
Yes, there is, Ray. July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is our 6th annual patriotic tribute at Volcano Stadium. Last year during our 3 days, we thanked, honored, and saluted 93 men and women from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Mideast on the field. We have a group that rings our stadium with 176 American flags. We have 35 to 40 military organizations on the concourse who reach out to our military families as to their role, how they can help them. This year is going to be very, very special, and all 3 days, but especially on July 3rd. Right here in Albany, you have a Pearl Harbor survivor, David Russell. He's 93 years old. I had coffee with him this morning. He's still in great shape. He was, in fact, on 2 sunken ships. He was on the USS Oklahoma and it got sunk in Pearl Harbor. He survived. They transferred him to the USS Mahan, and a kamikaze pilot slammed into that ship and sunk it. And right here in Albany, David Russell is his name. He's going to be thanked, honored, and saluted at Volcano Stadium on July the 3rd. Also on July 3rd, we're going to have a very formal Fallen Warrior ceremony for Navy SEAL Tyrone Woods, who was from Oregon City. Tyrone was the SEAL that was killed at Benghazi last September. He saved 25 people before a rocket took his life. His family will be honored. It's a formal ceremony. We got U.S. congressmen and senators coming. Admirals are coming in. It's going to be huge. Mark July 3rd, especially. Call the Volcanoes at 503-390-2225 or go online to volcanosbaseball.com for tickets.
We better take this break, Jerry.
Summer's almost here. Do you have a plan for your child? This summer, adventures abound with the Boys and Girls Club of the Greater San Diego. Trips to Newport, Splash, Foster Lake, OMSI, and more. Plus athletic camps for soccer, volleyball, and basketball. Tons of fun and a professionally supervised, safe, and engaging atmosphere is available for your 1st through 8th grader. Any day of the week, we're here to serve. Call 541-258-7105. To learn more, visit us at bgcgreatersantiam.org.
44 waist?
Looking for something lace?
No, a 44 waist?
A shoelace?
I need a 44 waist.
We don't carry that size.
What? I won a prize?
No.
Stop shopping in no man's land. There's a better way for bigger men to find clothes. Now open. Visit DestinationXL.com to find a store near you. Destination XL. Big on being better.
Why having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm.
I want to buy these boots. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Kate, your discount double check saved you about $150. Enough to get them.
Hey, what about me? I don't have State Farm, but insurance give me money.
Fiddly-doo, there's no gold for you.
Ooh, good luck with the leprechaun.
Really?
Kiss me.
Gross.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. Find an agent at statefarm.com to help with unexpected savings. That's getting to a better state.
The Corvallis OSU Symphony Orchestra performs the final concert of their 107th season, Tuesday night, May 21st, 7:30 at the LaSalle Stewart Center. There's no need to travel to hear the finest in classical music. For over a century, the Corvallis OSU Symphony has provided quality performances right here in the Valley. This year's final performance will feature Symphony No. 5 by Gustav Mahler. Considered to be one of the monuments of classical music, it was a declaration of love to the woman he would soon marry. Marlon Carlson will direct. Tickets are available in advance at Grace Winds Music and Grassroots Books and Music in Corvallis. Also available online at cosusymphony.org. If you haven't attended a performance this season, if you've never been, come enjoy the Corvallis OSU Symphony season finale. Tuesday night, May 21st, 7:30 at the LaSalle Stewart Center on the OSU campus.
It's the Saddle Butte Machine Gun Shoot, Saturday and Sunday, May 18th and 19th from 9 to 4 at the Albany Rifle and Pistol Club and Shed. Come on out and shoot machine guns. All calibers and sizes from 22 to 50. Mounted, shouldered, belt-fed, you name it. Pick the gun you want to shoot, buy the ammo, and blast away at water bottles, balloons, and cars. Admission is $10. Children under 12 and ARPC members get in free. Any questions? Call 541-491-3755. See you there.
The Car Show, Saturday afternoons on News Talk 1580, KGAL.
As to say, there we are. I don't know how we came back. We did come back. We do get a chance to say goodbye today. Jerry Howard, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much. Hope to see everyone June 14th at Volcano Stadium.
Very good. I hope we come down sometime. We just talk baseball and throw in a few things about the Kaisers, but throw in about the Volcanoes, but talk a little baseball on the side there,
I would be glad to. Thank you.
Scott? Beavers tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
Baseball, West Albany and Churchill today, 4:30 here on KGAL.
Good one.
Have a good sports week. $5, huh? Is it that much? It's not that much. Think it over. Have a good sports week.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.